Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining us here on 9 News Watch. I'm meteorologist Chris Bianchi with a detailed look at what should be a pretty nice weekend, all in all, until, early next week. We get the snow and the wind back. It's going to be whipping early next week, especially along the eastern plains. But first things first, as I mentioned, let's enjoy the present, soak in the present, and enjoy the beautiful sunshine after a gray day yesterday. Got a few high clouds, a few cirrus clouds overhead, but those indicative of a very dry air mass has moved its way into the picture, and that is keeping us on the calm side, and it'll keep us on the nice side for the next little while. Meantime, those headlines, a lot of sunshine for us through the next couple of days until Sunday, especially Sunday afternoons when the cloud cover will build back up again out ahead of our next storm system. That one, could be a doozy early next week. Could be talking about several inches of snow and some really strong winds, especially east of Denver. Again, I'll outline that in a bit more detail in just a few minutes. Current temperatures, 40s and 50s, eastern plains, 30s and 40s, generally speaking, on up into the mountains. Those highs still a few more degrees to go for many spots, with 40s and 50s pretty widespread across our state. Tonight, temperatures drop back to right around freezing. That is a little bit above average for this time of the year. Sunset, I love that. 7:09 p.m. Sign me up. Now, teens and 20s into the mountains for those lows tonight. This is typical stuff for this time of year. 20s and 30s eastern plains, same idea, pretty typical stuff. Now, for now, we do have high pressure that is overhead. That will, for now, keep us on the dry side, but notice off to the west some rain and snow in Idaho and Utah and Nevada. That is our next troublemaker that arrives on Sunday, especially Sunday night in the mountains. Tomorrow, though, we're not talking about any rain or snow statewide, so 57 degrees with a few late clouds for us, but seasonable stuff. Again, 57 smack dab where we should be for this time of year. Southeast Colorado, a few mid-60s popping on up there on the Riverwalk in Pueblo, and then on east, the Highway 50 out by Lamar, and also Baca County, our friends in Springfield, 64 degrees, mountains, 30s and 40s. So if you're skiing tomorrow, it's a bluebird kind of day. Meantime, as we get into Sunday, this is probably what you've been waiting to hear about. There's a big area of low pressure that's going to develop somewhere over northeast New Mexico. Where exactly it develops, you've probably heard this before, but I'm going to kind of litigate this for you. If it develops maybe 50 miles further north from where we think it is right now, that'll make all the difference for Denver specifically. But right now, I will say it does look like Denver is going to have some impacts, but fairly limited, similar to maybe what we saw this week, where we saw a kind of slushy 3 to 6, 4 to 8 inch type of snowfall in the immediate metro, but some much higher impacts just outside of Denver. And specifically, I think it's going to be the eastern plains, really from about Fort Morgan, Lyman, La Junta on east, where we could be talking about some really significant snow and wind. And I'm telling you here, folks, a lot of areas in the eastern plains are going to be talking about a blizzard. And what that means is a combination of snow and wind. And really, a blizzard is more of a commentary on wind. I'll have more on that in just a second. But again, come Monday night and Tuesday, that's when the potential blizzard moves its way into the eastern plains of Colorado, with a fairly widespread snowfall for us by Tuesday night. Starts to wind on down. But kind of wanted to highlight this. I kind of made this graphic so that way you can get a better idea about where I think we have the best chance at seeing a blizzard early next week. And remember, just said this a second ago, but a blizzard is more of a commentary on wind than it is on snow. In fact, in order to get a blizzard, it doesn't necessarily even have to be snowing. What a blizzard is it means you've got 3 or more hours of sustained winds at 35 miles an hour or above, with visibility at a quarter mile or less. So again, 3 or more hours consecutively of a quarter mile or less visibility and winds at 35 miles an hour or above. That's what a blizzard is. So when I'm talking about a blizzard, I'm not talking about snowfall amounts, or even snowfall rate plays a role into it. But the point is, with a blizzard, that is much more of a commentary on wind than it is on snow. So just keep in mind visibility from Lyman on east early next week. If you're traveling out there on the eastern plains, I don't know. You can bump that up to this weekend. You can bump it out to the middle of next week. That is going to be much better because Monday, especially Monday night, Tuesday, it's going to be nasty out there on the eastern plains in particular. Denver, we will see some impacts at this point, and I'm going to just speculate a little bit here because There's still a lot of question marks about the forecast, but I think we're looking at about 3 to 6 inches, maybe 4 to 8 here in Denver from our next storm. It looks a little stronger, a little colder than the storm that we just saw. That's the way it looks right now. Then we warm back up for the middle to end part of next week. So hopefully it gives you a good idea about what to expect as we head over the next few days. Of course, we'll have more updates for you through the weekend. I'm in this weekend, so I'll keep you posted on that. Meteorologist Danielle Grant has your forecast coming up at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10 on the 9 News Family Networks tonight as well. And Danielle's also in on Saturday and Sunday evening with the latest on this potential blizzard for the Eastern Plains. Meantime, I'm meteorologist Chris Bianchi. Thanks so much for joining us here on 9 News Watch.
Well,